15th pick in the NFL draft.
Hey, make us lunch. We're hungry.
Yo everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope you're having a wonderful day today. A good start to the week after a 3-day weekend. I hope you're all back at it again. Doesn't it always seem like the holiday weekends go too quick? They just go too quick. Now, the Eagles were back at it again on the field in OTA's day 2, and I wanted to go over some of the things that I heard, were talked about, who stood out and that kind of thing. Now, the first thing I got to do is I got to give a shout out to my grandmother. My grandmother is a little bit sick lately. She's had some things, and had to go into the hospital. And, being out in California, so far away from your family, when all your family's back east. My parents are in Florida. I have brothers in Florida. I have brothers and sisters in Vegas. All my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, everybody's in, the Philly area and that kind of thing. So it's just very hard to be away from everybody. And, I don't know when to call my grandmother because she's sick and I don't want to wake her, that kind of thing. But I know that somebody will be watching and I know that they'll show her this. So I just want to tell her I love her. I'm praying for her. I hope she gets healthy and I'll talk to her soon. And as far as my brothers, my sisters, my parents, I love you guys. You all know that. And all my cousins, my aunts, and my uncles, I love you guys too. I miss everybody all the time. Being so far away, feel like I'm in Siberia. But sometimes, it is what it is. I just want everybody to know that I always miss them, even if I don't say it enough. But I'm praying for you, grandmother, so I hope everything, is going to be okay. And I'll definitely be, people keep me posted, please. So I just had to say that, really quick because I don't know when the next time I'm going to be able to talk to her on the phone. It's hard being far away from your family. Many of you probably know. My wife, same thing. We both feel really bad and we're both far away from our family. And it's hard. It's hard. But I'm going to get into some Eagle stuff now. I had to, had to say what had to be said. First thing, Mychal Kendricks. Just an update on him. He's going to be visiting 3 teams this week. The Raiders, the Browns, and the stinking Vikings. Now, I say sticking Vikings, of course his brother plays there, but I got something to say about the Vikings later on tonight at some point. But he'll be visiting one of those 3 teams, and you can probably figure it's going to be the Raiders, the Browns, or the Vikings. I'm going to put my money on the Raiders, that he signs with the Raiders, but we'll see. But Kendricks is going to be out visiting, so keep an eye on that. Now, the Eagles had OTAs, right? Day 2 OTAs. And there was, truthfully, from what I heard, there's a lot of good standout players. So I'm not going to be able to focus on every single one, but I'm going to tell you some of the ones that caught my attention from multiple people, okay? The first guy I want to talk about is the rookie tight end, Dallas Goedert. I heard he caught everything. He caught everything his way. He was catching everything. He looked great. And you know what? People got really excited when you saw what he could do. And then you had Zach Ertz that looked great too. And we know what he can do. You think about those 2 guys, it's a very exciting thing for the Eagles. No doubt about it. So Dallas Goedert was definitely standing out in OTAs today. Nate Sudfeld, they said from multiple sources that he looked really, really good. And the Eagles have said they look at Nate Sudfeld as a number 2 quarterback. Would this open the doorway to a Foles trade if they believed him? If he impressed them enough and you have a situation like the Sam Bradford situation a few years ago when he got traded. If somebody gets hurt in training camp, would they trade Foles because Sudfeld is so impressive? That's an interesting thing that we really don't know the answer to, especially because Foles said that he didn't deny the trade to Cleveland. That was the Eagles. And that he didn't make that decision. So the Eagles basically hold all the cards. And I don't know. It's just something to keep in mind. But Sudfeld was dealing. And that's a good thing overall. You want all your guys to be good. Now I want to go look at the secondary, okay? And I want to talk about Devontae Bosby and Trey Sullivan. Both of them apparently stood out all day long. Bosby played the slot. He looked great. He broke up passes. And they were very, very impressed with him. He continues to impress them even in last week's OTAs, he was impressive. Trey Sullivan, another guy, made a couple breakups for passes, a couple, I think one big one on Nate Sudfeld, and he looks really good. And they need a third safety. They're concerned about their third safety. They may bring back Corey Graham, and you know what? Trey Sullivan is making his case. Now, I really liked Sullivan last preseason. So I'm really interested to see his development, and I think he can be a big impact for them this preseason. I can't wait to see him. And Shelton Gibson was another guy that has looked pretty good. Josh Sweat has looked good. Of course, the biggest concern, the biggest thing in OTAs, and it's going to be all summer and everything, is Carson Wentz. How does he look coming back from injury? Well, he was out there, he was doing drills, and he was throwing. And he looked like he was planting his feet a lot more and throwing, which is a really good sign. He was even running at some points. So I think Carson coming back is looking good. I think he's ahead of schedule, and I think that's all great and well and all that. But he's got to be 100% when he gets on the field. We're going to see. But right now, he's given the Eagles a lot of confidence that he will be ready week 1, and that's a good thing. So those are some of the things that went on in OTAs today, the day 2 of the OTAs, and we're going to see what happens going forward. I'll be back later. Like I said, I have a video coming up later on the Minnesota Vikings, and we'll get to that later. So with that said, take care. Talk to you later. Don't be a dingbat.